Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Alien vs. Predator Galaxy YouTube channel. This is Aaron Percival, aka Corporal Hicks, and joining me, as always, is my fellow killer of killers,
Adam Zeller, aka RidgeTop.
And I'm fucking excited!
Woo,
I don't know about you.
No, it looks good. So the Predator animated film that we have known about for a little bit got its official announcement today with a trailer and a poster. And the rumored title was correct, Predator Killer of Killers. I'm not as against the title, seeing it in the logo, because the logo looks pretty cool, honestly. Still has that same Predator header that we had with the Predator Badlands logo. But yeah, we figured we'd just do a quick reaction video where we watch the trailer and discuss our thoughts and talk about it. So let's do it.
Indeed. So yeah, we'll jump straight into the trailer.
Old enough now. It's time I tell you about the monster. We must kill it, or it will kill us all.
That looks pretty sick.
Oh, mate. You know what? It's that last bit. It's that fucking. So you know the moment that we saw the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
You know when I watched it before, it was the moment that the shadow came over the fighter plane, and I was just like, no, we're not going aerial combat here, are we? And fuck me, I think that's the thing I'm most excited about in this, because it's such a. Well, you know how much I've always wanted a World War based Predator story. You know, I love the Bloody Sands of Time. I've always gone on about it. Come on, give me something World War One, give me something World War Two. So for one, I'm fucking excited that there's a World War Two story in here, and for two, I never would have imagined it would have never have been on my bingo list at all, my bingo card at all, that it would be something aerial based with dogfighting, you know, fucking Spitfires or whatever they are. I don't really know that much about it, really. But you know, old school aeroplanes and a Predator spaceship.
Yeah, that's
wild. And that last kill in the fucking trailer, where he just shoots through the canopy and yanks his body out. That is incredible.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Another dual engine Predator ship there. Had quite a few of those.
I do agree with you about the logo. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple graphic design, but it gives you that aged kind of feel. I feel like it's more in the samurai vein of things, perhaps, from just the looks of it, but it does the job there. What was the thing when you finished watching it? What was the thing where you were like, damn, yes?
I don't know. It was just kind of all of it. There wasn't one singular moment. Of course, like the aerial dogfighting thing looked cool too. We got a little bit of that in that movie. You want to forget, but it looks like this will be a bit more of it. But yeah, overall, it just looks really solid. Kind of looks like it's in the style of Arcane, which I guess a journalist who was talking to Dan Trachtenberg had mentioned that,
Do
and he was saying they
that,
were
well,
inspired by it.
let's also bring that up then. So to go along with the actual announcement, with the trailer, with the poster, Bloody Disgusting had a pretty substantial exclusive piece talking about the film, because this is where we actually got the official synopsis from. So the synopsis reads: Predator Killers of Killers, an original animated action-adventure film set in the Predator universe, will premiere June 6th, 2025, exclusively on Hulu and Disney Plus for the rest of the world. The anthology story follows three of the fiercest warriors in human history: a Viking raider guiding her son on a bloody quest for revenge, a ninja in feudal Japan who turns against his samurai brother in a brutal battle for secession, and a World War II pilot who takes to the skies to investigate an otherworldly threat to the Allied cause. But while all these warriors are killers in their own right, they are merely prey for their new opponent, the ultimate killer of killers. And more to the point that Adam was just talking about, the animation for the film is being done by the studio The Third Floor, not the Arcane company. I forget what the name was. We looked it up earlier, didn't we?
So this is a long-time VFX studio that has been around since the early 2000s, and they've done a lot of pre-visualization work for different films, but also other effects, but a lot of previs stuff. So it's cool that they get to flex their muscles here and do their first feature film as an animated feature.
Well,
And it looks high production, it looks and sounds really good.
It does indeed. Where was the Arcane comment in here? Because it was in this article somewhere, actually.
I think it was near the bottom, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's towards the top, Adam. Okay. So they Bloody Disgusting were at some sort of press event, press reveal. They got the exclusive though, but there was other journos there from the sounds of it. So according to their article, another journalist quickly pointed out how the visual design resembles Netflix's Arcane, which Trachtenberg cited as an artistic inspiration. So you were not far off the mark going, that looks like Arcane.
Yeah. Arcane won a bunch of awards. So our friend Calum was also like, where are the frames? Did the Predator kill them? Because, I mean, this is just something we've seen since the Spider-Verse movies and since Puss in Boots, I think, is just a new trend in animation style where they'll do low frame rate, high action kind of thing. And for this, I think it works.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I mean, when we heard that they were doing an anime project, I really couldn't picture it in my head as to what style they were going to be doing it in. But then when, you get that first close-up of the Viking's face in the trailer, I was like, okay, this is the style we're going in. And I really think it works. I think it works very well. I've always said I'd like to see a Predator anime or an AVP anime, because I think Predator and AVP suits a more stylized kind of approach than Alien does. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of Dark Horse comics out there that can prove me wrong. But personally, I've always felt that Predator worked better with it, because I think Predator is the more flexible of the two franchises.
I know that fan film Alien Monday was pretty good.
Yes, it was. It was, but I still believe that they are very flexible. Predator is very flexible. You drop it in all the genres, you drop it in any time period, you can drop it in any style, and I think it would look well. So yeah, I've been very curious to see the approach that they're going to be taking here, and I think it looks good, especially from the action that we saw in the trailer as well. And the trailer wasn't devoid of some stylized action either, was it?
No,
Or stylized interpretations of the Predator.
yeah. So we have 3 different Predators for the 3 different time periods here. I know there was some earlier reporting that we might have pirates, so we had thought there was going to be more than 3 periods. We thought there was going to be 4 or even 5.
The early reporting did say 3. Somebody mentioned, so we said first that the samurai were going to be in there, and then Gizmodo came out with something. They corroborated the samurai thing, and then they said pirates. I mentioned this on the board, and somebody suggested perhaps they got the pirates confused with the Vikings.
That's probably what happened.
So, yeah, the Vikings aren't. I wouldn't have thought of the Vikings either, but now that we've got them, I'm like, yeah, that is bang on. They are a notoriously violent period of era of history, so I'm very curious to see that as well, especially when this big boy here, he seems to be the Predator for that era.
Yeah.
I get upgrade vibes here. I don't know about you.
Definitely. Yeah. He looks pretty juiced up. I mean, you could just say he's stylistically bulky or whatever, but yeah, all 3 Predators have a unique look about them. The one in the feudal Japan era looks
Very
pretty
feral.
interesting. Yeah, very much feral. Even the cloak, you see it at the end there,
Oh yeah.
has that kind of orange hex grid design that feral had.
But we
But
also see him without his mask on, and he looked a bit more Stan Winston
in the
in the
Japan
trailer.
one,
Yes, let me. Oops, daisy. Let me find it. There.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's a blink and you'll miss it frame there. Okay.
So that looks a lot more Stan Winston than it does feral, but you can kind of see the feral in the shots when it's got the head covering.
Yeah, and the very smaller kind of top half of the face mask that Feral also has.
But I think that works. I think that looks nice.
Yeah. Yeah, all 3 Predators are interesting and unique. I really like the World War II Predator. He's probably my favorite. You get a shot of him in the cockpit pretty quickly, but he has had all of his dreadlocks cut off, and he has like this cybernetic eye patch or something. And yeah, doesn't that look cool?
That looks wild. So I feel like this is perhaps the most original take from the 3 of them. He looks so unique compared to the others 2. I mean, like we said, we sat there and went, okay, I see upgrade inspiration in that one. I see feral inspiration in that one, and this one's like, yeah, this is the new thing here. And it's interesting. I kind of have to wonder if the eyepiece isn't an eyepiece, like a monocle or a fucking, what do you call them? Eye patch, but rather like some sort of HUD
Yeah,
interface, some heads up kind of thing, a
his targeting
piloting
computer.
reticule. Yeah.
Well,
So
that
that's
could just
very
be
interesting.
his mask. I mean, he has a very small
Mm.
metallic piece covering the center of his mouth there, so maybe that's just for his vision modes. I don't know. He just has a very, very minimalist mask.
And to be fair, I mean, the Predators aren't going to need a mask when they're on their own ships anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would make more sense that they'd have something smaller that just interfaces with the ship sensors or targeting or stuff like that. Definitely a very cool and original take here. I like that.
Yeah. It is kind of odd seeing a completely bald Predator, though. I guess we kind of got that in Concrete Jungle with some of the Bad Bloods there.
Yeah, true. Shall we have a quick look at the poster as well?
Yeah.
Simple.
So yeah, simple yet effective. June 6th, closer than I would have thought. That is not even 2 months away.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be more August time, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the time between June and November is a bit too long for them to use Killer of Killers as a piggyback platform to try and promote Badlands, because at the minute all the marketing tends to be slap bang, you've got a month, 2 months because we all have short attention spans apparently, and every company is vying for our attention. So I kind of felt like the gap between the two would be a lot shorter, but I'm also really happy with it because, you know, it saves saturation as well. You know, we do have a nice break between the two, which works for me, and I don't want to have to wait too long, especially after that trailer. Mate, I am genuinely so fucking excited for this. I mean, to say we went in knowing very little about it, you know, three time periods. There was going to be samurai, maybe there'll be pirates. It's going to be animated. To then having seen that, to then having seen the animation, to having seen some of the designs of the weapons and the unique eras that it's going for, I am more excited following this trailer than I have been for any of the Alien Earth stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I suspect we will be getting this before Alien Earth. I think that's pretty obvious. But yeah, no, I'm stoked as well. I can't wait to see it. I'm glad we don't have to wait too long. I like the poster here, how you have the representation of all three eras and these like weapons into the ground, from the samurai sword with Japan, and then the Viking shield, and then the dog tags and the bullets for World War II.
Again, very simple, but accurately represents everything, and it does the concept really well without relying on the predators. You know, it's displaying there the three eras, it's displaying the predator blood, and it puts the point across perfectly.
Yeah.
Probably not one I'd want to put up on the wall, unfortunately, but that's because I just like seeing the predator up there on the wall.
Well, if you remember with Prey, we got a bunch of different posters before the release, and they kind of got better and better. So I doubt this will be the only poster we see for it.
I wonder if we'll get any limited theatrical releases of this.
That would be cool. Hopefully they learn that from Prey, because I do wish more people would have had the opportunity to see that one in a theater.
Yeah, definitely. Was there anything else that was interesting on that bloody disgusting article to look over? God, fucking ads on websites at the minute are horrendous. Okay, so yeah, there's a couple more details on here as well. So we know Dan T directed it. We know Dan T wrote it, but it was also co-directed by. Look at that. The ads are absolutely atrocious on these websites nowadays. Co-directed by Josh Wei-sung, who is part of Third Floor. And it was also co-written by... it was co-written by Miko Robert Rutare. I have no idea who they are. Have you heard of them before?
Nope.
Let's just have a quick look at their credentials.
So, what?
Sharknado 5.
Oh boy.
Locked Up. Jurassic School. That is just as additional crew, though. That's not as a writer.
Okay.
As a writer, their credentials are... Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Z Nation, which I think is okay. I've not seen a great deal of it, but
the sci-fi one?
The zombie show. I had a buddy who really liked it.
Hmm.
A Bigfoot TV movie. Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. Oh, man.
Well, you got to start somewhere, right?
I just felt a lot of enthusiasm just get sucked out of me right there. Okay. That's unfortunate. Hopefully the phrase "in Dante we trust" applies here.
But yeah, I think when we announced the Japanese one, that was from a casting call that Darkness had found.
And what cast do we have?
I don't know. Has that been announced?
Yes, Lindsay Levanchi, Louis Ozawa. Do you recognize that name?
Yes.
Rick Gonzalez, who I believe is in Arrow, if I remember rightly. He was one
from
of the cast
Yeah, that's who I thought it was. So from
from
Predators.
Predators. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So this will be his third foray into the Predator universe.
indeed. One is a writer, one is an actor, and another is an actor. Yes, Rick Gonzalez is in this as well. I know him from Arrow, where he played Wild Dog. But there is another actor on this list that had been, I don't want to say rumored, because he pretty much just told everybody that he was doing it, but it wasn't really well publicized. But Michael Biehn has crossed over from Alien to Predator, and is voicing the character in this. We don't know who's voicing who. I assume Louis is in the samurai period, or maybe that's just me typecasting, but I assume. And I assume Michael B might be in the World War era stuff. Lindsay Levanchi, let's just have a quick look at her. She was in The Labyrinth. Oh, that's not Pan's Labyrinth. In Castle. No, not a lot of roles for her. Looks like mostly bit parts. So she's the main one I don't really know from these. But that cast list on its own, that is just, when I saw Louis on there, I was like, what? This is brilliant. And when it was confirmation of Michael Biehn as well, it's great to see him getting more parts in, the other franchises like Star Wars and now this. It's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
And the article on Bloody Disgusting, there is a bit of talk about some of the technicalities of it, some of the inspirations of it. And I think the most interesting part, again, Bloody Disgusting's ads ruining it for me there. I'll look at it on our website, sorry. So, most characters, so this is Dan T talking about the character arcs and the particular appeals of these eras that he chose. So he said most characters are dealing with generational issues, trying to break a cycle. All the characters are different genre-wise, and this is a little bit from Bloody Disgusting. The frosty, fog-thick battlefields of 841 AD have a chill to them as this badass Viking death dealer avenges her lineage whilst massacring her foes. Yet the trailer footage for the American pilot segment looks much brighter and more adventure-centric. But thematically, all segments are driven by a simple question. Who would be the most unique challenge for a predator? The time periods were chosen based on their traditional fighting capabilities and the cool factor, from Japanese samurai choreography to World War II airborne dogfights. The door is wide open to so many possibilities, but Trachtenberg confirms Killer of Killers was created to stand alone, always as an anthology feature versus, say, television episodes. So, there's a few little details like that on Bloody Disgusting, and it's worth having to read. I don't want to go over them all here with Adam now. But it was cool to actually get that article alongside the releases, because when I saw there was no synopsis on the video and there was no real details, I was a little bit bummed out. But then when I saw this come up alongside it, I was like, yes, it's nice to have these extra details and context to it. But at the end of it, like I said, I'm fucking excited. I'm more excited than I've been for any of the Alien Earth advertising, and I pretty much just wanted to put Predators on. I was in the mood to jump into some Predators.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was finishing watching Alien 3, The Legacy Cut, before we came on to record this, but I'll see if I can sneak some Predators on tonight when the lady goes to sleep.
Yeah. June will be a good month for Predator. I mean, anniversary month, so appropriate time.
Yes, true, actually. At 9th, 6th
12th, I believe.
No, I mean the release date for this, sorry.
Oh, 6th. Yeah, this comes
6th.
out on the 6th.
So a little before the anniversary, but still a nice anniversary present.
Yeah.
Have you got any more thoughts you want to share on this one? I feel like I've been the one blabbering away.
No, I mean I'm with you on most of it. That's why. I mean, I'm also very excited. The trailer got me pretty encouraged. I was very curious, just like you, what style of animation they were going to go with, and it just makes sense that they would be inspired by Arcane just by how well that did. We're starting to see CG animation try different things and have more elements of 2D style or playing with the frame rate and stuff like that. So it is nice to see that here. So it feels like something new and fresh in animation. I mean, yeah, other movies have done this, but it's still just kind of starting to become a thing in terms of this sort of style. I think it'll do pretty well. I mean, knock on wood, but I'm seeing a lot of excitement on this. I mean, the YouTube views are racking up for this. So
What's the ratio? Let's have a quick look at the ratio.
Oh, you mean like to dislike?
Yes, to 24,000 likes to 575 dislikes.
That's pretty good. Yeah, and it's already got a 250,000 views in 3 hours. So
indeed. So I think we're doing well, and I think most of the reaction on our boards has been pretty positive, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I that's what I've seen as well.
Cool. Well, anything else, Adam, or shall we wrap up and go rewatch the trailer?
Again, I'm going to be watching it again and again. I'm just very hyped for this. Super cool that it's coming sooner than I expected. So we'll have a lot to talk about with this in the weeks ahead, I'm sure.
Indeed. Well, brilliant. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let us know how you're feeling about the upcoming, upcoming film, how you feel about the trailer, any favorite moments, concerns, anything like that. And I'm sure we'll be talking about this on Sunday when we're streaming.
Yep.
Definitely. So hunting grounds this weekend?
Yeah, I guess we're probably due for more Predator then.
Yeah, hunting grounds this weekend. Come join us. Come talk about this with us on Sunday.
Speaking of hunting grounds, given this is coming out so soon, I would imagine we'll probably be seeing these three boys in hunting grounds.
Really?
It wouldn't be the first time they released a Predator triple pack. So
I would be impressed if we got them relatively quickly.
I don't think we might. I think we might. Maybe that'll convince you to get back in the game.
There's just too much to play. I'm on Atomfall at the minute, and I'm impressed. I've managed to put 4 hours into it. That's how little I actually get to play these days. But yeah, cool. Again, thank you everybody for listening or watching, and be sure to check out our other bits and pieces. And we'll see you on the flip side. This has been Corporal Hicks
and RidgeTop.
Getting to the chopper.